So my after show is called Last Call, and it's because when you go to a bar and you've had a few Long Island iced teas, you're like open with your, like sharing life stories, and you're telling everybody about yourself, and you're showing pictures of your dogs. And so here at home, Last Call is also when we let the dogs out for the last time, and I'm like, last call, everybody, come on, go potty. So that's why I called it Last Call, and it's inspired by the show Inside the Actors Studio. Did you ever see that show?
I have seen it. I can't retain it though. It's been a minute.
So it's an old show. I used to love it. I used to love the questions at the end that he would, James Lipton would ask all of his guests. And I took inspiration from that questionnaire and I created my own, but it's all, of course, pet related. So first question is favorite breed.
Oh, wow. I don't have just one. Of course, I'm partial to Dalmatians, but I actually low-key really love Brittany Spaniels. And my next dog will be a Brittany Spaniel.
I had a super wonderful client whose humans were phenomenal, and his name was Cager, and he was a Brittany Spaniel. Okay, next one. This is the whole point of this question is to normalize that not all breeds are for all people. So what is your least favorite breed?
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble. I would actually say Jack Russell Terriers. I'm not a huge fan of Jack Russell Terriers, and they're related family like Parsons. They're just a lot for me. I'll work with them because they definitely have anxiety. Many of them have anxiety. But for me personally, they're just a lot of work.
What's interesting is I feel like Jack Russells are like the embodiment of anxiety.
In many ways, they are. Just
like their energy is so heightened that for me, I feel like their energy would heighten me. Does your dog sleep in your bed?
Yes.
Yes. How big is Max?
65 pounds.
Okay, so is he tall? Because Dalmatians tend to be somewhat tall.
He's 23 inch at the withers, which basically means his shoulders come to about my knees, a little higher than that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Who or what wakes you up in the morning?
The gym.
Ooh, girl, good. Go. Do it for both of us because I'm not getting up to go to the gym. All right. This one's interesting. I love asking dog trainers this. What's your most used training command or cue?
Probably let's get out of here.
Oh. And you say it like
behavior.
To give me an example of when you use that.
Let's get out of here is a flight response. So you identify the trigger comes into the space and you identify that this is not an optimal learning opportunity, so you choose to flee. Okay.
Awesome. That's interesting. It's not your traditional like one word cue. Like that's nice. It's almost like you're speaking to them like another person.
Exactly like that.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. What's your least used training command or cue? And this is basically one that you don't use, that you don't like, or one that you wish you used more. So you don't like stay.
Stay. I don't use that.
Why?
I hardly even use come, to be honest. But But stay.
Why stay?
Because I don't know what context under which I would need it.
Got it.
For me, it's like if my dog isn't wanting to be still beside me, then I should be rearranging the environment to make that suitable for him.
That is so respectful. I love that. Okay. What pet-related noise do you love?
A pet-related noise, like a noise that a pet makes?
Yes.
I really like a pet.
Dog.
I was thinking,
yeah, cat, whatever.
I really love, you can hear him talking. He knows it's dinner time. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
I really love when he mumbles when I scratch his ears. That's amazing. The little like.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So what pet related noise do you hate?
I have to admit, I get really startled when my dog suddenly barks and I didn't know what he barked at, and it's the real like alert bark. I understand in his world it makes sense, but it startles me and I'm just like, whoop. that one's triggering for me.
Okay, that's totally fair. What pet-related profession other than dog trainer would you be open to trying one day?
That's a really great question. I think like doggy massage.
Ooh,
That would be
I
an
love
interesting-
that.
Yeah, I think doggy massage.
You know what's funny? I interviewed Dr. Packle. You've interviewed Dr. Packle, and I believe he said something about body work.
Okay,
well.
yeah. Yep.
So cool that you guys agree on that. I can. He's a veterinary behaviorist. You are all about canine cognition, and I can see that you're drawn to the physical benefits for the mind, right? Like of massage and body work. I love that.
Yep.
Okay. What pet-related profession would you never want to try?
Grooming.
Grooming. Yeah, nah, that's a tough one. Yeah. That's a popular one.
Yeah.
All right, last question. And this is where we get a little introspective, and some people cry and some people get like laugh and some people get really uncomfortable. If the Rainbow Bridge exists, who's the first pet to greet you when you arrive?
Chase.
Who's Chase?
Chase is actually the catalyst for the RP. He is my why. So, and there's other dogs up there. Lola's definitely there. Captain's definitely there. Lucky. But Chase will be the first one. Chase had aggression, and he displayed aggression towards me as a child. And in fact, he was the dog that I first started to learn how to show dogs on. But he demonstrated aggression towards me very often, believe it or not. And he never got, we actually did like alpha roll him, and we did a lot of archaic methods. I mean, I was, 13, but, and he never got the treatment that he needed, and he actually had to be behaviorally euthanized. And yeah, when I created the RP, I created it for Guardians of Chases of the World. He's my why.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That is so heartbreaking. That's another thing we could do a whole episode.
We could do a whole story on that one too. Yeah.
Is behavioral euthanasia, because that is so hard and sometimes so necessary. There's such a stigma with that, and it's just such a hard thing to have to face. And I never want to be in that position. I'm so sorry you were. I have some friends that have been in that position, and I just I can't imagine how devastating. So may he rest in peace, which is what he needed, I guess. And I love that you're, carrying on his memory with such good, intentional, and beneficial work. So bravo to you.
Oh, thank you. You ask such great questions. I just love it so much. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're a 10 out of 10 interviewer, and I love it.
Oh my gosh, what a compliment. Thank you so much. I love this. If you can tell, I love doing this show. I love meeting my guests, and I love getting the opportunity to chat with people I admire. So thank you again for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you for having me on. I'm super excited. I hope we can do it again in the future.
Absolutely. Anytime you tell me, we'll make it happen. So thanks again. Have the best week.